Go. I think we are live.
Okay. Hey. Welcome to CNA Weekend Update. It is me, Josh, here with Ken, coming to you from Ken's Nerd Cave tonight. Our buddy Justin, unfortunately, is not with us. He has come down with the COVID. He dodged it for a couple of years, but finally drew that black card.
It all catches up with us to all of us at some point. So, knock on wood, hadn't happened to me yet. Just saying.
Ken's going to catch it this week. That's what's going to happen. That was like a hatred.
It was like, you ass, you stupid ass. Anyway, we haven't done a show for like a month.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We're sorry, but we get together a lot still. We just haven't got together behind the camera.
You know, it's been holidays, Christmas, New Year's. Everybody's traveling, doing things with family.
Lots of alcohol.
Yeah, it just kind of happens. And,
but Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, indeed. Welcome to 2023. I honestly thought I would never see this year.
Oh, buddy.
Well, no, just because I watched a lot of science fiction movies when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And 2023 seemed like a crazy far ahead.
Oh, we're still having like mutants and shit.
And Terminators and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It wasn't
Welcome to 2023. We made it. We're alive. Okay.
Wasn't like I thought I was going to die. I just assumed there would be some uprising of something.
You assumed that most of us would be dead and we'd be in dystopian future now.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It took us 10 seconds to go off the rails. Okay. CNA Sunday night. We're going to talk a lot of nerd shit.
Yeah. That's what we do.
And first off, I want to seriously say that tonight NASA is crashing a satellite into the atmosphere. And everybody on the Earth has a 1 in 9,000 chance of being hit by space debris tonight. And nobody seems to know about this. We're not talking about this. But 1 in 9,000. I mean, I live in a town where there's like 1 million people here, and so it's like the odds are not in their favor. Nobody's talking about this. So NASA, anyway. Good luck.
Who came up with that number though? Like
NASA. NASA. They said it's only 1 in 9,500 that you're going to be hitting something, hit with debris, and that's the first time I saw it. I saw that right before this show. So,
but that actually bears certain sense for us in Alabama. And why is that, Ken?
Because I mean, we have a space program here. Is that what you mean?
No, the only time that.
That.
Go ahead and fill them in.
Okay,
you know better than me.
The one time in history that anybody recorded history has been hit by a meteor or space object happened in Alabama. About 45 minutes from where we're sitting right here in Sylacauga, Alabama, a lady was hit by a meteor.
Mm-hmm.
It hit the ceiling, it bounced off this, and it actually hit her and hurt her. So that is in the historical record. Look it up. So anyways, space debris tonight, I think it's about an hour from now. Part of me wants it to hit my neighbor so I can see it.
Just put on your football helmet and go to bed. You'll be fine.
So good luck. Anyway, let's move on, buddy. Let's talk about nerd stuff. It's time.
Yeah.
All right. First off, I want to congratulate Avatar to The Way of Water for hitting. They said by the end of this weekend, it's going to be $1.7 billion with that. Be a billion. I think people throw around billion, a number, not realizing how much a billion actually is.
Yeah.
It's a lot, y'all. I'm just saying. So James Cameron is at the top of the echelon of biggest earner of all time for movies. So regardless how you feel about this or that, James Cameron is laughing at the bank, buddy. But I did enjoy that movie. I know you haven't seen it yet.
I have not. I have issues. Nothing. I just didn't find the first one that interesting. And
I'm going to make him rewatch it, and then him and I are going to go see the second one. Because there's some good shit here.
Drag kicking and screaming to the second one.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I didn't find the first one that interesting.
But if you watched it one time?
I watched it a couple times.
Okay, well, we're going to watch it again.
Okay.
And
that's what's happening.
It's not a wonderful movie. It's not, but visually stunning, and it hits all the... I am not in the Avatar camp as in the best movie I've ever seen, but it is worth your time. This series is worth your time, just if nothing for the visuals. The second one was a freaking treat visually.
And if nothing else, he made his mark. He's going to get green lights for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many he's planned.
Well,
I don't know. It's changed every
he shot
time.
the majority for the next 2 movies already.
Okay.
And we're getting 1 in 2 years and another 1 in 2 more years, which is crazy because he's getting really old. But the next one, they have said that we're going to meet the Navi, you know, the cat monkey people with the USB hair. There's going to be some evil ones, and they're from the Fire Nation.
Okay.
No, they're called like the Fire Navi, and they're like something about they're like scarred, and they're fired. Their tribe is anyway. We're going to see some evil blue people. Anyway, that's going to be the next one apparently, and that's rumors and speculation, and we're going to move on. Oh, anyways, any thoughts about blue cat monkey?
You know, I had long hair for a while. If I could have plugged that into a woman and, you know, made her moan, that'd have been a thing. But, you know, whatever. Aliens.
Okay. Oh, the next topic is we did get some. You can find this online. Google it.
Threw you off there, didn't I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You enjoyed that way too much.
I did.
We got new images of the Ninja Turtle designs for the reboot. We are getting a new Ninja Turtle movie this year, and it is produced by Seth Rogen. And I think a lot of people make a knee-jerk reaction to that. Seth Rogen's making a Ninja Turtle movie. It's going to be a stoner movie. No. You don't know what you're talking about. Seth Rogen's production company has been responsible for The Boys, for Invincible. That's the name too, but they've done a lot more. Preacher. That Preacher with what's his name? That did Preacher.
Shaw.
Anyway, that was Dominique. His name
Dominic.
was Dominic. It doesn't matter. That was a great show, and we didn't get a second season, which is a freaking travesty.
Actually,
but
we didn't get a second season.
We didn't get a third season, which is a freaking travesty. But Seth Rogen has been responsible for some really cool shit lately. Everybody's assuming it's going to be a stoner movie with a dude going, whatever. It's not. His production company, he's actually a powerhouse in Hollywood right now. And so when you say, Seth Rogen's making a Ninja Turtle movie, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
It's nice when you see like these young actors who come up, and he has gone mostly behind the scenes. I can't remember the last Seth Rogen as an actor movie I've seen in a long time, but he has clearly, you know, made connections. He's built a production company that has a good track record. I think it's wonderful.
He is doing some cool things.
He is,
and I think he's learned that not one, he can make the most art in producing, and two, it's like I lost my train of thought, but he's doing some cool shit. Yeah. And what he has to say about Ninja Turtles, he's a fan. He's our age, and he was a fan. And if you see these new images, they look like teenagers, which is kind of checks out because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's literally in the title.
You know, literally, they're teenagers. And if you look at the 1990s movies, which is close to my heart, and I adore dearly, it's right here behind us. They're giant turtle men. They're men, and then you know the Michael Bay.
Let's not just go. Don't.
We don't have to, but they're giant turtle monsters. So these look like a reintroduction to a new generation, and I'm excited about it. I know this movie's not for me, and I think that's probably most of the issues with people who are in their 40s that were Ninja Turtle lovers that still are like me. It's like they're making it for a new generation, dude. This ain't for you, man. They're not making a movie for 40-year-olds right now. They're making it for a new generation. Anyway, I'm going to see it. I'm going to be there with bells on.
Of course.
And you're going with me.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see. But
I think
check them out.
I think that's the thing. You know, you say it's not for you. And yes, I agree. But everybody who's a fan is still going to go see it.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing.
Hell yeah.
But they're trying to, you know, show these kids, here's what it is. You like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Let's just have fun.
Yeah. Look up the new designs. They're bright colored.
They are.
They're a new, fresh look. And I think that's the biggest problem I have with the old fans, the old guard, so to speak, is you want it to look and do exactly what it's already done. I want it. This is not 1989 Ninja Turtles. No, it's not. It's not supposed to be. I've seen that before. I don't want the same thing. So anyway, new Ninja Turtles designs, look them up. That movie actually happens, like, I think Christmas this year.
Oh, really?
We should get a trailer in the next few months.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to reinvent or you die. So
I've seen the same. Don't ask for the same thing, y'all. I know it's comfortable and it's what you like, but you've seen it already. Do you really want the same thing?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. What's next?
You got the script.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So this one, all joking aside, this is a really tragic story. Jeremy Renner, living out in Nevada, was driving a snowcat with a plow, helping out his neighbors in this recent winter freeze. And we haven't got many details about it, but somehow something went wrong, and his snowcat literally rolled over his own leg.
Mhm.
And the only reason he survived is because one of his neighbors was a doctor, put a tourniquet on that leg, and they airlifted him out because ambulances could not get there because of the weather.
Mhm.
He's doing good.
He
He has a lot. Yeah, we think he has a lot of internal injuries, and everything right now is up in the air, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
he seems to be in good spirits. He's been posting photos of the hospital staff and himself. But I mean, this is a very serious incident.
It's really bad, dude. They said blunt force trauma to his torso and abdomen, and he had to have a tourniquet on his leg. If you have to have a tourniquet, that means a artery was ruptured.
Yeah.
Which means that was close.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're lucky to be alive if you have to have a tourniquet. So we're glad to still have him. It was kind of devastating when I heard the news because I love Jeremy Renner.
Same.
I have no trouble with this guy. He is not the guy that's like, Jeremy Renner's like, no, not Hawkeye.
I love him as Hawkeye, but we know all our best wishes to him.
Yeah.
Hopefully a speedy and safe recovery.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want.
Yes, sir. So Jeremy Renner is okay, we think. Okay, we're going to talk a little MCU here. Okay, lot of New World Order Captain America. I guess it's Cap 4. That'd be Captain 4 because.
Yeah, basically.
Because
it'll be the first. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, anyway, the new Captain America movie. It's Falcon Cap. Well, Falcon is Captain America now. Get over it. Captain America: The New World Order. The big rumor is that this movie is gonna be big, y'all. Yeah. I mean, this is a big movie. We're talking a new Avengers team.
That's what That's what the thought is. The leaks that have come out is that Sam is going to start putting together his own Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want a new generation of heroes, that's the way to start it, with Captain America in charge.
Hell yeah, and he deserves it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's in counter to the Thunderbolts being. I think this movie is important to the Thunderbolts movie and the Thunderbolts history that we're going to get in the future, because I mean Harrison Ford it's been said that he's the new Thunderbolt Ross because what's that guy's name died. Oh gosh, he deserves more respect than that.
He does.
I'm sorry, gosh, dog it. We drank a lot. Anyway, so Harrison Ford is the new Thunderbolt Ross, and rumors that he's going to be Red Hulk too, like all in.
That's one of the main villains, but there are rumors of other villains. It's not going to be a small movie. They're saying this is going to be the equivalent of an Avengers movie, basically.
Which checks out because, I mean, Captain America Civil War was an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it was
really big. So I'm okay with that. It's like tradition at this point.
Yeah, if you don't want to, yes, just 100%. But, I think the most interesting thing, the rumor that we've got, is that Tiamat, the Eternal from the Eternal, well, not the Eternal, I can't remember what they're called, Celestial. Mm-hmm. The Celestial from the Eternals movie who rose from the earth and then was shut down, supposedly contains adamantium, and every country in the world is rushing to find adamantium. Mm-hmm. And we saw that in Wakanda Forever, where every country was chasing after these new metals, this new power source.
Vibranium, which was handled beautifully, by the way.
So well.
So good.
Well. But so this might be the first foothold into X-Men or mutants in general. Mm-hmm. Because of adamantium, of course, Wolverine, the Weapon X program, right? Actually, just the weapon program, because,
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I want to remind people that Weapon X, Wolverine, is Weapon 10, actually.
Yes.
Weapon 1 is Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. We keep calling him Weapon X. He's Weapon 10. 1 is Captain America. So, I mean, draw your conclusions here, guys. But the big deal is that the Thunderbolts and Captain America's new Avenger team will be fighting each other for the adamantium in the Eternal, which I'm so happy to hear because the Eternals movie felt so separate from the MCU.
It did.
It felt so detached. So this brings it home. So I'm glad to hear that. So closing thoughts on that? Good?
Just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Although, if the Thunderbolts actually go up against Sam as Captain America and his new Avengers, what the fuck are Bucky and Sam doing? Like, that has still always been my hang up of the Thunderbolts, that Bucky is on that team.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Yeah.
And I hope maybe there's a good plot decision for it.
Right. I think there will be.
I hope
just
so.
At this point, Marvel's proven, and Disney, Marvel, whoever you will say, they've proven they've got a plan. Feige has a plan, and it works.
In Feige we trust.
In Feige we trust. Thank you, sir. So happy you exist. So, quick hit, Wakanda Forever hits in the first week of February on Disney Plus. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've seen it twice in theaters. Looking forward to see it 2 or 3 more times on Disney Plus. Love that movie.
It's just cinematographically, it's gorgeous. Plot-wise, it's beautiful. Acting-wise, it's amazing.
I couldn't get the character of the character's portrayal. I can't remember his name, of Namor. Couldn't get it out of my head. It was so damn good. This is my opinion, what they did, what they chose to do with Atlantis and turn it into a Mesoamerican culture that went beneath the waves and give it actual history, give it actual teeth. This was for the best.
Yeah.
I love it. I loved that actor, man. I'm a fan of that dude now. I mean, gosh, I loved it.
They did amazing things with it. And, taking a situation where you lose the lead actor and then to make a movie that is on par with the first,
Gosh, you lose everything, but from the ashes create something. So, create this art still.
Yeah. I mean, I just, if you haven't seen it, you have to see it, please.
Yes, sir. Next topic is Quantumania. One right away. It has got a tremendous runtime. It's pushing 3 hours.
Oh shit! I didn't know
That's
really?
a rumor. That may be fact. I don't know. That's what I read. So it's supposedly have a tremendous runtime, but a lot to unpack in this movie and its trailers and its rumors. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, we're going back to Ant-Man and the Wasp universe, with the whole family. And they're going back to the quantum realm very clearly. And we don't know anything about it. But apparently, Michelle Pfeiffer's character does know a lot about it.
Right.
And lived there for years. We thought she was just stranded alone. And no, there is an entire civilization in the quantum realm.
But checks out, because they call it what do they call it? In the Marvel universe, there is a microverse.
Yeah.
Maybe it is microverse. But there's a microscopic universe in the Marvel Comics universe. And it seems like they're calling that the quantum verse now. But it's basically everything we have here, but microscopic. So tiny, size of an atom kind of stuff. And they've shrunk down and visited it. But that's where you get, there's so many connections you can make to the quantum realm and the microverse. I mean, this opens bridges for Fantastic Four, the Negative Zone, the Nihilists. There's so much to unpack here, and we don't have a clue how they're going to visit this situation.
We know that there is going to be one version of Kang in this quantum verse. We don't know exactly how he's going to work. Theories are
not after watching Loki, and if you haven't watched Loki, you need to watch it now because it sets up.
This is kind of one of those big moments. Like Feige said, at this point, you need to watch everything to keep up with it. You can't miss. But I mean, we have MODOK is going to be in this.
We know how he's going to look now.
Yeah,
because there's toy leaks and there's Funko Pops where we see his face, and he's a machine. Which he's kind of partial machine, and so they've changed who and what MODOK's going to be, and I think I'm okay with it because
it's a weird character if you do it
weird.
Pure comics.
I think it worked in the 70s or whatever.
It doesn't now.
It doesn't. So now he's an android, and it works. I'm okay with it.
We might see a Nihilist. We don't know. It's just so many things are up in the air right now. Some people have posited that this is where the Fantastic Four get their powers. We don't know enough right now, honestly.
Right. But the next phase of Marvel is super exciting because there's a lot to do here. a lot to do. So, any thoughts on the MCU from there?
We came off kind of a weak phase that we've talked about of Marvel.
I think it was the weakest. There's some high points.
Yeah, I do
some low
too.
points.
But
they're drastically different from each other.
You have to have rebuilding years, before you get right back into it.
Right.
And I think we came off such just an amazing ride with Marvel that this, it's going to be a little bit of a letdown, but you got to appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, we're never going to get another Endgame, y'all.
No.
It's not going to happen again. There's nothing like that ever going to happen again. So it's fine. We just I'm just happy that we have it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's move on, buddy. You ready?
All right.
We're going to go to DC because there's a bit to unpack with DC because is DC in chaos, ? Exclamation point, or is DC chaos, exclamation point, thumbs up? Does that make sense? Did it make sense? Okay. What I just
said, did.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. I'm going to start with some thoughts. Okay. I think it's in good hands because James Gunn makes good products. Okay. James Gunn is responsible for Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn is responsible for a corner of the Marvel universe that has become so important. And it's amongst my favorite movies, my favorite portion of the Marvel universe. I adore the Guardians of the Galaxy. Most people do. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. So he's talented. He's done some cool shit. And he knows what he's doing, I think. And so there's a lot of uproar, and it's mostly from these damn Zack Snyder people. Okay, the Snyderverse it's over. You brought it back, and you brought it back in a remarkable way. We got the Snyder cut, and it's great, and you peaked, and it's over. Come on, guys. Okay, DC's they've got to get it together. They've got to get their shit together. They've picked an architect that can do the job. You cannot expect James Gunn to walk in. This is my opinion. You can take over in a second. But you can't expect James Gunn to come in and adopt everything that's been a mess for a decade. It's been such a mess. Think about it. It's a mess. Everything's jacked up. And they still got to contend with this damn Flash movie that's coming out this year. And so you get the keys to the kingdom, but the kingdom's on fire. What do you do? And so I think in Henry Cavill, in the case of, like, say, Henry Cavill and the old guard, so to speak, the trio, which is Gal Gadot.
The big three in the Justice League.
Yes, yes, which we all, dude, nobody wants Henry Cavill as Superman more than me. But I understand James Gunn's plight. And so it's like, if I were to take over DC, I'd want Henry Cavill too, but I don't think it could work. Dude's is 40. He's 40-something years old now. And when you get the keys to the new kingdom, anyway, I think I've said what I said. I think James Gunn has got a vision, and I think we need to trust it, and you damn Snyderverse people need to chill the hell out. Good Lord. So,
somewhere right now in his bedroom, Justin Crawford's eye just started twitching.
I don't know.
And he doesn't know why.
Justin's practical too. And I don't think we've had this conversation, but I think Justin understands that.
No, I agree with you. That Gunn's coming in, and it's terrible. And this is one of those things. The rumor is supposedly that Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and Ben Affleck were talking on a Zoom call about bringing a class action lawsuit against Warner Brothers. And I can't blame them. They turned down jobs. They left jobs because they had contracts with WB with certain stipulations.
Right.
And they were waiting on them, and they never came. Mm-hmm. And so I completely sympathize.
That's the thing, though. When you have a contract with a company that no longer exists, and I think that's the issue because Discovery owns them now. And so your contract was with that other company. Well, that company doesn't exist. I've been through this in my personal life now with one contract with a previous company to a new company. So it's like, yeah, I don't have a contract with you because I'm the new guard. I own this company now. That was with them. Sue them. But anyways, I understand that. I do get it. But at some point, somebody's got to clean up this mess.
I think James Gunn needs to start from the very base, wipe out everything.
Yes.
You talked about this Flash movie coming out. I mean, shit. The Flash movie just shot itself in the foot from the very beginning. I mean, and it didn't have to do with anything with the plot or the script. It was the lead actor. That was just immediate.
That dude is bag of fair. It's crazy.
Yeah, he really is. And so, release that, make as much money as you can, and then just start anew. And I think it's what we should do. We've got to, it's just DC needs a new. If James Gunn is the leader for this, we need somebody in charge the whole time to start anew and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And, Gunn has his own ideas about what he wants to see, and I like his ideas because he seems to be going smaller. Television shows with different characters, not like just throwing it in there like,
I'm
Superman.
glad you brought that up because he has hinted to his plans. I mean, if you follow his Twitter, one thing I like about James Gunn and what he's doing, he's not letting the rumors fly. So when some stupid crap happens and some rumor gets out there, he's like, yeah, that's not true. And he's been vocal about, yeah, that's not true. Like when they said Henry Cavill was fired and this and that and this and that. And then he come on, he's like, yeah, no, we had a cordial talk with Henry Cavill and Henry understands that there may be a future, but it's not right now. Same thing with The Rock and Black Adam, which I'm okay with Black Adam being.
Yeah, I know.
Because I already watched that movie and it's bad, y'all. Anyways, so supposedly in the next few weeks, we're supposed to get a timeline of the plans. We're supposed to be revealed what we're going to do in the DC universe. And there's a lot up in the air, man. There's a lot because we've got a Flash movie coming out. We've got Robert Pattinson's Batman, the next Joker movie with Lady Gaga. There's a lot still in the air. I don't know if that's if they're just kind of going to let that come out and then die, or if they're going to take that and meld it into what's in the future plans. So I don't know.
I would be really happy and I loved Robert Pattinson's Batman. I mean, I think it's amazing. But if it had to take one for the team and those movies just came out and they were like, yep, we're moving on, starting anew right then.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'd be disappointed, Robert Pattinson as Batman, we shit on him for like 4 years before it came out. And then when it came out, we were all like, yeah, it was fucking amazing. Okay, that's on us.
I don't remember saying it was amazing.
Oh, fuck off.
I thought it was okay. His face still looks like a foot.
It's the weirdest insult in the world. Like, what is...
Sorry.
Ken just doesn't like feet.
No, I do not.
He got one bad foot job from a girlfriend when he was 15.
We're going to move on because that's not true. But no. Anyway, I'd rather see Matt Reeves be fired from Batman. As horrible as this sounds, I'd rather see Matt Reeves be dismissed from Batman and go back to the Planet of the Apes. Come back to Fox, which is also Disney now. Disney owns the rights to Planet of the Apes. Come home, buddy. You did some amazing shit with them last 3 Planet of the Apes movies. That crap was good. You said you haven't seen those.
I was about to say we were talking about this just the other day. I've not seen those movies. Any of them. I'm going to marathon them with Ken,
and they hold up so well. They're so smart and they're good.
I've heard only good things. It's not like I avoided them. I have not seen them.
Fantastic. So I'd rather see Matt Reeves go back to that. But anyway, that's me being selfish. And now we're going to be done with talk about. Josh has something to say about Doom Patrol.
Okay, so when Gunn came in, we got a lot of cuts from DC shows, and my personal favorite, Doom Patrol, I was like, shit, that's canceled. Well, no. They had one last season filmed, and holy damn, this season has been so good. Doom Patrol is ridiculous. It's over the top. It's the silliest fucking thing you'll ever see, with the most heart and love of just miscreants who care so deeply about each other. And most of it has been based off Garth Ennis's run on Doom Patrol. Just, Danny the Street, Puppet Patrol, Mr. Nobody. And in this.
Wait, puppets?
Yeah, they turned into puppets. That's first season.
Keep talking.
And right now we're seeing the Scissormen, who are one of his big creations. I'm sorry, not Garth Ennis, Grant Morris. My apologies. But yeah, so it's always been a great show, well written, well acted, and if you're looking for something just to make you smile and kind of chuckle, a lot of times it's a great show. I don't know if we're going to get another season, but we'll see.
Probably not.
Yeah, no.
It's really weird, man. It's not for everybody.
I know it's not, but
Yeah.
a lot of shows that canceled that I love that, turned my heart cold like a diamond.
Okay. So next week we're gonna move on. Is that okay?
Yeah,
you good?
Fine.
You just said enough.
I was just kind of remember all the shows from the 90s that got canceled after one season when I was like 12. I was like, oh, that's the only reason I didn't cry tonight in my bed. Now it's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's next week?
Next week premieres on HBO The Last of Us. And I've played the first game of this. Did you play the game?
I did not.
I played the first
one.
one.
The right system.
I have the first one. And it is something, it's interesting. It is a really neat concept. It's zombies, but it's zombies in a different way. It's not viral, it's fungal. And it's like, this exists in nature. There's a fungus that takes over insects and animals and controls them and turns them into zombies, essentially. So it's a really cool, more set in nature kind of situation. So really good game, creepy as hell. It was really hard. It was a hard game. But we've got some really cool actors in this.
Yeah, we've got Pedro Pascal as the main actor. And I had to write her name down. I cannot read your writing.
Yeah, I'd write. It's Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey, who played the young Lady Mormont in Game of Thrones as the character that he's transporting. And Ken's right. It's a different take on zombies. And he is 100% right. There are fungal creatures that infect insects, take them over, and their only job is to spread more fungal insects. And are they called clickers? Is that what they're called in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So humans that have been taken over by these spores, who they constantly click their teeth together, is how you know they're dangerous. And it's a world like that.
Wild, creepy ass game. Yeah. It's crazy. So this is interesting. It's interesting in this. It's dystopian. Would you consider?
Oh yes,
100%. Post-apocalyptic
dystopia.
It's a different take on zombies, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
because we've got some cool actors in this.
Yeah, and just
this is a very beloved game and story.
Yes, there's been a sequel already. Just to give you an idea of how popular it is, my 72-year-old mother cannot wait to watch this show. She's dying for it.
Her mom's awesome though.
It's a little different.
Yeah, she's a little different. She's amazing. Okay, so anyway, 1 week from this tonight, Sunday night, you get The Last of Us, and we're all going to be there. We're going to watch.
Oh yeah, that's going to be.
Hopefully, Justin's feeling better. We can get together and watch this shit, and all drink and have fun. So, yeah, good to go. Good to go.
I'm down with that.
Right on. So we're going to do a segment we've done before, where it's what are you into right now. And we both got a couple of things, so we'll maybe do round robin. Like I do one, you do one, I do one, you do one. If that's okay. So I'm going to start. What are you into? And of course, I'm into and this is a bit trendy, but it's okay that it's trendy because it's good, which is Yellowstone. Yellowstone in 1923, which is 2 Yellowstone shows that are happening right now as we speak, and they're good. They're good. There's a reason everybody's talking about Yellowstone because it's a very well written show. It's well acted. It's well written. It's Kevin Costner, for God's sakes. Y'all, come on. So Taylor Sheridan has like set himself up as just he is like, good God, this dude has done some shit. But when it comes to the new season of Yellowstone, it's wonderful. I'm enjoying it. I've enjoyed the hell out of the whole show, including 1923. I think my favorite was the 1800s one. That one was that was my favorite of the Yellowstone series. I don't know, did you watch that one?
No, that's the one where they established the ranch itself,
where
right?
it was the West was one kind of shit.
Okay.
It was traveling across the nation. That one is my favorite of the series so far. Although 1923 is so freaking good. It's like, my gosh, there's something about these Duttons. They are. It's like violence comes to them no matter what they do, and so that 1923 show you need to watch too.
Okay.
But Yellowstone is back, and I'm happy about it, and it's really good. There's a reason everybody's talking about it.
1923 also has Harrison Ford, right?
It does.
Okay.
And Helen Mirren.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they had such heavy hitters in it.
They did.
Okay.
And we're talking about 100 years ago. I mean, the world had changed. We're talking about the motor cars and horses were
comparable.
It was like right now, rich people have cars. Most everybody else has horses. Yeah. It is a weird time in history, in American history, 100 years ago. So what are you into right now, buddy?
Well, okay. So you guys know that Ken and I are massive cartoon nerds, but specifically our 1990s upbringing, 1980s upbringing in different ways. And one of my favorite cartoons from the 90s was SWAT Cats. And that's with a Z, so you know they're cool.
Yeah. Cats with a K. Cats with a K. Get it right.
That as well. But they're bringing them back, and it's a ridiculous show about two flunked out airplane pilots from the city Air Corps who build their own jet and function as vigilantes over this one city that apparently every villain in the world attacks. And they saved the day every time.
It was so badass.
It was so cool.
The animation was so freaking on point. It was so good.
That theme song, holy
And it was
shit.
during this 90s, this sweet spot where anthropomorphic animal people were the shit.
Yeah.
And really this happened in a DuckTales type world where they're animal people, and like it's like that damn show was badass.
Yeah. They were all cats, though. There wasn't multiple types of.
Was it? It was all cats.
It was all cats.
Okay, it was all cats. So it was a cat, the multiverse where everything's cats.
Yeah, but it was just like Ken said, it was amazingly animated.
It was.
The storytelling was surprisingly on point. It was never anything cheap or tawdry. Like there were real stakes. They made real relationships and held them up to that. So it was just so good. And they've released a couple images and they look amazing.
Yeah, it's back. That's where he's going at.
Yeah,
it's like this year.
It's coming back
this year.
And I'm so excited about it. And it's not too far gone from the original designs, to be like crazy, but it also is different. So T-Bone and Razor, I can't wait to run your adventures with you.
Yeah, man, I'm down. Whatever streaming service you're on, let me know. I'll subscribe now.
100%.
Since we apparently have to have 20 fucking streaming services now to see awesome things. So I just kind of went somewhere with that.
That's fine.
Anyway, SWAT Cats is back, and we couldn't be happier. Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. The next, what are you into? I just finished, and you've watched this too, so you have a lot. You said something to say about this as well. On Amazon, there is a Amazon show called From, and I just finished it like last week, and I was engrossed in this. I started watching it, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching? And I watched it kind of on a whim, kind of on a lark, and I was hooked. And I was hooked because this show reminded me of, I don't know if anybody ever watched Lost, and I hate to draw that parallel to Lost, but Lost.
I love that. Did anybody ever watch Lost?
No, but it brought that mystery and that fantasy and this unique flavor to a television show. This show is wild, man. it's like, what the hell is going on? I still don't know what the hell's going on. And I just finished it, but I can't stop watching it. Crazy show.
You know, the sheriff, the actor that played the sheriff, was a main character on Lost, right?
Okay. I do.
Just,
Which is weird that he's in this show too, because it's Lost flavor. It's the same flavor.
It is, and you know, but I feel like it's better done.
It's
than
more
Lost.
together.
Yeah.
It's a lot more together than Lost was. Lost was a mess.
It's just this weird story of people losing their way in the world and ending up in just, I guess, I don't even know what to call it.
There's no way to explain this show. It's like different people from all over the nation, and it's the U.S. It's the U.S., but they're all on different roads. There's actually a spot pinpoint in Alabama where we are. There's a pinpoint in New Mexico, and everybody suddenly ends up in the same town, and they're all taking different roads, but they all end up there, and they're trapped there, and they can't get out. But there's more to it. It's like they're in this town, and there's these dark forces and these demonic entities that live in this town, and you have to follow these rules or you die. And I don't want to ruin it for anybody because I want you to watch this show because I want another season of this show, man.
I think it's been renewed. I know that.
Has it?
Yes.
Wonderful.
So
From on Amazon is worth your time.
It is. It's just, God, it's so good. I love
a show,
weird supernatural show,
and this is all that. It's like a touch of. It's got everything. It's just interesting. It's crazy. It's wild. So watch From on there. So what else are you into, buddy? With a slaughter.
Oh, okay. So Ken is just a little behind, but we started reading.
Story of my life.
Doesn't matter. Ken is the one who actually got me into this comic book called Something is Killing the Children.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off as kind of this basic comic book of Monster Hunter. And then it has expanded as it's gotten better and more popular.
Much more than that.
Yes. And we have spin-offs. It's now been adapted for a Netflix series.
Right.
I mean, there's just so many things to do with this. But it's just so well done storytelling wise. And it's people that fight monsters, but there's also politics behind it. There's, anytime you have an establishment that has to deal with people, some shit's going to get fucked up. And I think this week, or actually last week, one called Book of Slaughter came out, which is the third spinoff that has come off from this series. And it gives you a real in-depth telling of what this story is. It establishes the rules and who can participate where and what not, and what almost a caste system that they fit into and do their jobs. And it's just, oh man, I cannot wait for the live action version of it.
Man, when you see I'm going to talk about the writer, James Tynion.
Oh God, yeah.
This guy has done some amazing things. In my opinion, he saved Batman. He was on a stint of Batman for a few years. He's not on anymore. But he's also got, what's the other one? The one where all the fables mixed together. Doesn't matter. James Tynion is one of the
Future King.
Is he the writer for that? No, that's Kieran. That's not the same writer.
You're talking about fables.
No, it's the fuck it is. It's James. On the first issue's got John F. Kennedy on the cover. It doesn't matter. James Tynion is a writer you need to follow, and he's writing this comic book, but he's writing some other shit too, and he is something special. He is a generational writer, and he's choosing to write comic books right now when this dude could write. I mean, he could rival Stephen King. He's more talented than Stephen King. I said it out loud. I mean, this dude is world building in a way that, anyway, Something is Killing the Children is a comic book worth your time.
Yeah.
It is. He has built a world around it, and he's built crossover. The comic book is crossover. That's what it's called.
He did that one?
He did. He's the writer for that one. Okay. It's worth your time too.
No, I've read it. I just didn't know.
James Tynion has done some amazing things.
Yeah.
And he's a writer he is changing storytelling. And Something is Killing the Children he special.
Yeah, it really
It's
is.
special.
What's funny to me is I think some of the best writers right now are writing comic books.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just their abilities, what they can do, you know, and it gives them a little more freedom, I would think, more than like a novelist or short story writer or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's, you can see the images of what you create and what you're doing. And yeah, he's just, oh God, he's amazing. It's Something's Killing the Children, the second spinoff, House of Slaughter, and the third spinoff, Book of Slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, check it out. They're
Yeah.
so good.
Everybody's watching all the shows that are based on comic books, but go to the source material. Get there now, because Something is Killing the Children, when it hits Netflix, it's going to be a household name, just like all these other. Walking Dead
Yeah.
was a comic book at one time that people like us were saying, read it. So, yeah, we're there. The Boys,
Yes.
House of Key, Lock and Key,
Lock and Key
all
had
these
their
were
whole
comic
seasons.
books. Yeah, they all started in this same kind of vein.
Yeah, they've started mining comic books now, basically, for new shows.
Which they should, because they're amazing.
They are.
I don't care what anybody says. A lot of people said comic books are dead. And that's because you're talking about Marvel and DC. The magic is in independent comic books right now. And there's a few comic books Josh and I could bring up right now that are so amazing. There's nothing like them. Once in Future is a comic book
that
is special. This one we're talking about now, Something is Killing the Children. What's the one you were talking about before the show starts? We only find
them when they're dead.
Yes. So there are some good dog, man. Comic books are amazing right now.
I mean, just those three. You've got fantasy, horror, science fiction, just in those three.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you know, look into something that interests you, check out one of those three, because they're all different types.
That's the thing that bothers me. It's like when you say you read comic books, and I'm like, yeah, man, I used to read Iron Man. It's like, you don't read comic books, because the finest comic books now are independent comic books, and they're this kind of thing, and they're freaking magical, man.
They are.
They're phenomenal. So, anyways, I think that's all we got, buddy.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. So, thanks for having us back. I'm happy to be back.
It's been fun, buddy.
Yeah. So happy 2023. Next week, hopefully, we'll be back with Justin, and we'll be back in his nerd cave, and we wish him well, and everybody be safe, and you know, talk to us about nerdy shit. Come at us.
You want to finish off with his quote, or you want me to do it?
Stan Lee's quote, sir.
I know it's his quote, but you know,
it is a fine time to be alive. When it comes to being a nerd, there is no time better, y'all. It's just truthfully, we are living in a renaissance of nerdom. I mean, 30 years, 20 years ago, it was just not this, man. So, anyway, on that note,
Excelsior.
Complete nerve authority.